WRC2 provisional champions for 2018, Jan Kopecky and co-driver Pavel Drezler. And we should be joined by Petter Solberg very shortly. Okay, let's take a look at WRC3 first then. Tysko, we're going to start with you. Still a great battle going on for the WRC3 title, of course, which you're a big part of, so is Enrico. You're ahead of Enrico right now in the standings, but this is your last event. The pressure's on right now, Tysko, to get a good result here. Are you confident?
Yeah, I'm confident. Of course, I know I'm very fast on gravel and I like the flowing tarmac stages. So the plan is to push maximum and take the win. And after that, we just wait because Enrico is going to Australia. He has still one round left, so we can do only the win here and that's it.
As ever, you sound incredibly confident. We've seen you win on tarmac, of course, and as you said, you feel confident on gravel as well. But what have you been doing to prepare for the only split surface we have during the year?
I have experience. I have done last 2 years the RallyRACC of this rally, so I know a little bit the stages, and I've driven in France a lot on this rough gravel, so I think we have a good setup, and the car is feeling very good. We did a good time on shakedown, and let's see. Tomorrow we push maximum, and then we see where we are.
It's always maximum attack from you, which is what we love to look at. Talk to me about Friday, though, and the gravel stages, because we see the 38-kilometre stage, which has tarmac within it as well. How critical is Friday, would you say?
I think Friday is the most critical because on the long stage it's quite rocky, so it's easy to get punctures. And if you don't get puncture and you can push it flat out the stage, you can get quite good times. So I think it's most important to have a clean day tomorrow, and after that the tarmac is quite wide, and I don't think there can be made so big gaps anymore on Saturday. So.
Now, when you look back across your season, seeing as this is your final round, are you happy with your performance this year? Do you feel you could have done better in any respect, or are you satisfied, let's say?
Well, yeah, I'm quite satisfied. Of course, it's my first season in WRC, and there has been many new rallies to me, but I've had some mechanical issues and also a lot of punctures, so without them, I think the situation would be very good now, but of course I did a few mistakes in the beginning of the season. I drove out in Rally Sweden and lost a little bit of time, and but it's rallying.
It is indeed. Final question, and I know I've asked you this a few times over the past few weeks, but any clarity now on what happens next year with you?
No, it depends also a lot how this season is going to finish, so we hope to win the title and then move up for next year.
That sounds exciting, Tysko. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enrico, let's turn to you now. As I mentioned before, still a great battle for the championship title in WRC3. We saw you win Rally Monte Carlo at the start of the season. When you look back across your season, are you satisfied with your performance?
Yes, I was very satisfied for my season. I have 53 years and I win Rally Monte Carlo and fourth in Sardinia, and second position in Germany and in Wales. Wales is a very good race for us. It's important to do very well this rally, and then Australia, and for us is a new experience, but very important. My season is very grateful now.
Yeah, and you're in the battle for the title, which is fantastic. Talk to me about this event in particular. It's the only event where we see a mixture of gravel and tarmac. How does a driver prepare for that? What have you been doing to prepare?
I race this rally, and for us it's important the tarmac in this rally. I prefer that the gravel. The gravel is very difficult now, but for us it's very important to doing very well and maximum attack in the tarmac.
I think you might be learning that from Tysco, yeah, the maximum attack.
Tade in gravel, I in tarmac.
Enrico, it's been a joy to watch you compete this year. What are the plans for the future? Will you be back next year?
Next year, I don't know. Perhaps R5, 3, 4 rally in the WRC is impossible, maybe.
But of course, you have the chance, as we've mentioned, of getting the title in WRC3. You have this event and you go to Australia. So you have the advantage right now?
But yes, now for us in this rally it's very important to finish the rally because I have one race that Australia. Then instead of Tade is finish your rally here. As it's very important. Maximum concentration and. Well, I see the finish.
Great. Good luck this weekend, Enrico. Thank you very much. Let's turn to WRC2 now, and we have Jan Kopecky and co-driver Pavel Dresler here because they are the provisional WRC2 champions going into Rally Spain. Jan, slightly unusual situation, I guess, but we see you here, as I mentioned, provisional WRC2 champions. You're not on the entry list for Australia, neither is Pontus, so there's no way anyone can catch you right now. How are you feeling about the result? Because it's been a fantastic season for you, not only in WRC, but also at home in the Czech Republic. One of your best seasons yet?
Oh, thank you very much. For sure, the timing is not completely perfect for us with this announcement because we have still one rally to do, but for sure we are very happy, but we cannot celebrate, this is the problem. So
not quite yet, not quite yet.
So yes, this season has been really great so far because we won every single rally in WRC2 Championship, also in Czech. So I think the best season so far.
Absolutely, it has been the best season so far. And now you come to the final event for you, and I guess the pressure is off now. You can go and do what you want out there, but knowing you the way we know you, it'll be a flat-out approach.
Let's see, because the competition is really strong on this rally. I think if you see the names on the start list of WRC2 with a new car, it's really great to be here. And I'm really happy that Škoda gave us a chance again to compete in here. So we try to not to lose so much on gravel, and on tarmac we try to do our best. We try to show our pace.
When you look back across the season and all the success that you've had, and we look to next year, Jan, which is what we ask every single driver, where do we see you go next? So much success this year. Your pace has been shown on both surfaces. What's next for Mr. Kopecky?
I don't know. There's nothing new. Only 2019 is sure the year. But what we are going to do, it's I don't know really. We are talking with Škoda about the future, but let's see what program we can get.
Okay, let's turn to your co-driver then, Pavel. Provisionally, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
On the championship title. I mean, it has been such a successful year, Pavel. We've always seen you with a huge smile on your face at every press conference. What's it been like as an experience this year?
It was very nice. All the season, we started with the Monte Carlo. It was one of the hardest, toughest rally in the championship with the condition. And then we go through. We win all the 5 races. So we use our experience to go with the speed, which is enough to be in the finish on the first place. And it's good to be champion provisional.
What has been the highlight of this season, other than getting the title itself? What win has been the most satisfying win for you?
Probably Corsica and Sardinia for me, because these 2 rally I like too much, and Turkey, that we survive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, congratulations on your result, and bang on time, Petter Solberg, who's representing WRC2 this weekend. Come join us, Petter. Welcome back to the championship, Petter. It's fantastic to see you here, and it's fantastic to see the debut of the Volkswagen Polo R5 car. First of all, tell me about your feelings on being back in the championship before we talk about the car. What's it like to be back in the WRC?
Well, first of all, I must say very happy. It's really good fun. You know, when you're doing a different sport, you feel like a little bit locked inside the cage with all the other drivers around you. But here you can unlock the feelings and really enjoy and do, you know, what you're best at is to play and have fun when you're driving. And I'm really appreciated to be here, to be honest with you, because early this year I was quite sick and I thought not to drive at all. I almost retired from the rallycross mid-season, and this was planned for a while to do this, but I couldn't take any decision. You know, it depends on the form. So to come through that big point I have to be here today, I'm grateful. You have to remember, I love rallying, I love driving. The passion for this is incredible, and WRC 2 class with R5 is fantastic cars, really good competition, and so I think it will be an enjoyable weekend for me and for World Rally.
Well, we're all glad that you are in better health and that you are here this weekend. Tell me about the Volkswagen Polo then. What is it like as an R5? Tell me.
I've been working with them for a couple of years now, so we have been working very closely together with the rallycross car. I work very differently how maybe they work. I like the things to go a little bit quicker forward when we work together, and with the guys we have there, you know, they are really passionate about it. So I think the testing we have done, I did one day on snow, one on tarmac, and one on gravel, so I checked a little bit of everything. It's all about fine-tuning all the time. I think the car and the power and torque, it's really good on it. It's only the launch system that I must say that the first time I tried it on tarmac, I turned straight back again. I said, you know, something must be wrong. But when you're used to the rallycross car, you know, from 600 horsepower and 4-bar boost, I must say this is how it is. So I said, you know, must be improved because it's a little bit embarrassing, yeah? It doesn't feel like you can do a start. But again, you know, this is a very exciting weekend for Volkswagen. Camille going to push very hard for sure. He was very fast last year. And my point of view, I'm going to drive, have fun, and I'm going to smile, take care of the fans, but hopefully do a good rally, and hopefully not do any mistakes, and get the brain to work again with the pace notes. Okay, I have a woman in the car, so normally you listen to women, so sometimes, so should be good.
I'm sure Veronica will keep you on the straight and true this weekend.
Hope so.
It's quite a nostalgic weekend in a way. Petter, you're back. We've got Sebastian Loeb here, Ken Block's here, Henning Solberg, your brother, competing in WRC2 as well.
He's 2 years older than me, so he should retire before me, to be honest with you. Yeah?
But you know, we know the competitive nature between you two. Is that going to be in full force this weekend?
With Henning?
Yeah.
It was a little bit when I was 14. No, sorry. He did very well in Turkey. I was very impressed with him. You know, I think he have been having a party for a long time now with the victory. No, but you know, the competition between him. You know, same thing with Henning. You know, he enjoys driving. He loves food. He's enjoying everything.
He loves what? Sorry.
He loves food also.
Food.
You know, he's enjoying a lot the driving. You know, and yeah. I've been driving a lot in my career, and you know, to come back here and fight again, or all the drivers together again from old days. You know, it seems like nobody retires anymore. You know, but I think it's great. The thing is that I respect, you know, with Loeb and Ken and all these guys, that you know, you can have earn the money or have the fame as you want, but they're still coming back again and driving and enjoyment and meet the great family of everything. You know, it's been really enjoyable to meet everybody again, and a lot of chatting. So I think I respect people like that not just hide away and coming back again.
One final quick question, if I may. I know a lot of people are going to ask you now, seeing as you're back for one event, whether we will see you any more on the championship. We chatted last night and you said that your focus now is to support your son, Oliver, in moving through the ranks.
To be honest with you, to support him is difficult. He is walking his own way. I'm not in control of him at all with what he's doing, or phone calls or emails. So I think again, you know, same with any other young guys, you know, you have to find your own way, find your own passion, work with sponsors and build you up and learn it's no shortcut in rallying or any motorsport. You have to go the steps on tarmac, gravel, snow, mud, shit, everything. So for sure, one rally for me, but yeah, Oliver is have a plan. He wants to do Rally GB next year in R5, and it all depends how the R2 driving is going and developing pace notes and driving all the conditions. Love was very helpful here to go 2 days testing with him on tarmac. It was really good. So it's good to have a friend that he's not too bad on tarmac, Sebastian Loeb, so he's a good teacher. So anyway, we will see. It's a lot of things going on that side, especially with Oliver's side, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions for our drivers?
Come on,
No?
it's the same. This is the same last year, 6 years ago, no questions. You know, come on, you have to develop here.
I'm trying to fool myself. It's because I do my job so well that no one needs to ask the questions.
Come on, you normally talk a lot.
Okay, guys, I wish you the best of luck this weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
WRC drivers very shortly. Our championship leader, Thierry Neuville, representing Hyundai. Our 5-time World Rally champion, Sébastien Ogier, representing M-Sport. Representing Toyota, we have Oyt Tanak. And representing Citroën, we have our 9-time World Rally champion, Sebastian Loeb. Final call for Thierry Neuville and Oyt Tanak.
Salut. Salut. Ça va? Ça va? C'est bien. Je fais comme toi, mais un peu mieux, quoi.
Okay, we're now ready to go.
Bah, moins que lui, mais j'ai vu ta photo, là.
Thierry, we're going to start with you as championship leader. In front of you, you have the two Sebastians, 14 world titles between them, dominating the sport for that many years. Could it be, before we talk about Shakedown, the year that changes and a certain Mr. Thierry Neuville's name goes on the trophy?
No chance. Oh, we will find out. Huh? I think we have 2 more rallies to go already this weekend. This weekend will be an interesting fight out there in tough conditions, so let's see.
Tough conditions this morning, though. At Shakedown, we saw a mistake and a roll. Can you tell us exactly what happened and what damage was done this morning?
Yeah, just the car went onto 2 wheels. I thought I got it, but I didn't, and we just went on the roof. And we had to bring back the car to check everything to be sure that there was nothing wrong, but yeah, just a small roll.
Is this a good omen, though? You've done this before at Shakedown. You've gone on to win the rally in Germany in a year I can't quite remember now. We've seen you bounce back from things like this, though.
Oh, for sure. I think we have seen as well Oyt in the ditch in GB and still on the rally. It doesn't have any incident, I would say. It's our job, and sometimes it goes wrong, but it's better in Shakedown than in the rally.
Talk to me about the feeling now coming into Spain, given that you're still the championship leader, you still have the advantage, but Ogier, after that win in Wales, has now closed the gap. 7 points now. You've been hunted for quite some time. Does the feeling change coming into this event? Do you feel more pressure? Any pressure?
No, I think you only feel the pressure you put yourself, and to be honest, I'm quite relaxed. I know it's going to be a big fight, like it has been on the last events, and since the beginning of the year there were some more tough ones and some more easy ones, let's say. But in general, there are more or less always the same guys who are fighting out a good result and for the championship. So no difference, and just keep concentrated and do your job.
And you're not distracted, focus-wise, by the fact that this is now the first event where you could clinch the title?
Actually, since yesterday evening, I never thought about it before, because I know that it will be not that easy, and it could happen, yes, of course, but it needs a lot of incidents to get that happen. So I'm more aiming on doing my job on the next 2 rounds. I have the advantage, I can manage the gap, and that's the only thing I need to do.
Okay, Thierry, thank you. Sebastian Ogier, let's turn to you now then. A great win in Wales a few weeks ago propels you back into serious contention for the championship title. It was a much needed win. What's the strategy here and what's the approach going to be?
Yeah, like you say, it was very needed because we were a bit too far away. Before that, we had a tough run, but in Wales, it changed a little bit. Well, at the beginning of the rally, it was not looking so good, but then we kept fighting, never gave up, and at the end, we got the win thanks to the trouble of Oid this time. So, no, for sure, it's nice to be back on the game. I think the strategy remained the same. It's intense fights where you can't relax and can't afford to just observe what your opponent are doing. You just need to push and see what happens. I think it's a tough weekend ahead of us. The gravel is a lot new and seems challenging, and the weather as well then for the rest of the weekend seems complicated. So, you know, we all know what to expect in there when you drive a very smooth, dry tarmac, but if it's a heavy rain on there, it can change basically everything. So, yeah, I'm aware that it's going to be probably a tricky situation again, but that's always offer opportunity to make difference, also opportunity to make mistakes. So, yeah, we'll have to be on it and, give our best like always.
We discussed this just now at the Meet the Crew session, but different audience now, of course. I asked Thierry about the pressure that he's feeling. You've done this 5 times now. You know how to handle pressure, but this championship this year is a bit different. There's 3 of you really fighting it out, and we could see it go down to the final power stage in Australia. Does that make you maybe even a little bit more tense or feel that pressure, or is it just excitement?
Yeah, like I told you at Meet the Crew, I think I feel it more as an excitement than a pressure, but the pressure is there. The pressure always been there. For me, it's part of our job, and actually, I think I need this pressure to perform and to give my best. I also told you that I think the pressure was my highest in the earliest year of my career, when I had to prove that I deserved to be here and that I want to secure my future. Also, for sure, when you fight for your first victories, title, I guess it's higher pressure. But yeah, after some times, I guess you become more relaxed. And I definitely feel relaxed, but the pressure is still there.
Talk to me a little bit more specifically about the stages, certainly on Friday, which our support championships have kind of flagged up as the critical day of the rally. The stage that was Terra Alta. So the long stage, which is now reversed, it has new sections, but there's still that big bit of tarmac within it. How different is it now that it's reversed? Has it still got the same, the nice flow that it used to have, or is it completely different?
You know, on the other way around, we've done it many times, and we had a lot of repair, a lot of, let's say, a bit where we expect a little bit everything. Now it's a lot of new corners, and we kind of forget how tricky is this road with a lot of rocks very close to the line and pretty narrow in places. A lot of ditch compressions, and it's not an easy section. I think probably the easiest is the tarmac, because it's the other way around, but it's I think, from my point of view, a bit easier to handle, and it's a section that I usually liked in the past, so I hope will be the case once again. It will be probably needed, but no, it's for sure on the paper the most challenging stage of the rally.
Okay, Seb, thank you very much. Oit, Let's turn to you now then. Third position in the championship, still in with a shot of that title, of course. Tell me how you are feeling ahead of it in terms of what you believe you can achieve over the next two events, and do you still think you have a very good shot at the title?
Let's say we are in a position that definitely we have the shot, but we are not in the easiest position. I would say we have the worst position out of these three, but still we are. We have everything what we need, we believe, to do that, so we just have to see how it turns out. So, of course, now as it's just last two events, we need to be perfect now, so we can't have any these kind of mishaps anymore, and we really need to do our job now.
You talk about being perfect, though, with just two events left to go. Is it a case now for you in your position of absolutely risk it everywhere?
Definitely not. Let's say if we want to be in the fight also in Australia, we can't risk everything in the first days tomorrow morning, so we still need to play a big game. So let's see how it goes, but of course our first priority is at least to be ahead of Seb and Thierry, and let's say to have a better chance, we also need to push for the win. So I guess if we want to be ahead of these two, then obviously in the end it will be the fight for the win as well. So that's how it normally goes, but we know it's not an easy event, especially the first day on gravel, so we need to focus for that.
Last year we saw tyre choice quite critical on the Friday morning on gravel. Also we saw a bit of rain on the Saturday, which we could see again this year on tarmac. How challenging is this event as a whole, would you say?
In the end, it's more or less two different events in one event, basically. So yes, first we have quite rough but fast gravel, and then we go to the smoothest tarmac we see in the World Championship. So yes, they are very different, but now we've done it already quite many years, so the team is well prepared, and so are we. So yeah, we already know what to expect, and I believe we are well prepared.
Okay, glad to hear it. Let's turn to Sebastian Loeb now. Then I'd love to be coming to you now and saying, how do you feel about being in the battle for the championship title? But I'm not saying that, but maybe next year I'll be saying that, eh?
You say what you want.
I normally do. Welcome back. It's good to see you back again, and this is your final round now this year in the WRC. You've had so much success here at Rally Spain when it was full tarmac and when it was a split surface event as well. So you know how to win out there. How do you feel? I mean, it's a difficult question to ask because you haven't got going yet, but given that you were on the pace in Mexico, you were on the pace in Corsica as well, you kind of talk yourself down all the time and say, oh, well, I'm not in the seat, I'm not. It's like these drivers at every rally, but yet you turn up and poof, there's the pace. So podium this weekend, win?
I don't know. It's difficult, you know, for me to know what will happen. For sure, before Mexico, it was even different. It was the first time I come back, and finally the rhythm was good on gravel and on tarmac in Corsica. So for sure, I hope that I will be able to fight with these guys. But on another side, it stays difficult to arrive 6 years later, to take new notes, discover some stages. But okay, I will try my best. First thing I will try to do is to get the feeling with the car, to get used to it, and to drive like I feel, and then I will see.
How did the pre-event testing go? Were you happy with the feeling that you were getting from the car on the test?
Yes, it was good. I was happy with the car on tarmac and on gravel. The only thing, the stage, if it's wet on Saturday, I think it's a long time I didn't drive on these conditions with these tires, so it will be something new again. But okay, we will see. At the moment, first day is gravel. I should have a good road position for that, so hopefully it will help me to take a bit more time to get in the rhythm, and we will see.
Now, we've been talking very much about the drivers' market in WRC, as we do at this time of year, and pretty much everyone, almost everyone, has slotted into place right now. We heard the news last week that Peugeot are pulling out of Rallycross, and of course we've seen you with them and with Rallycross for the past couple of years. What does that mean for you, Seb, moving forward? And were you aware that this was going to happen?
No. So it means that 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was nearly sure that I will do the full championship in World Rallycross, and now I know that I have at the moment nothing. So I didn't really think about the future before this rally now. I had the test, I had a lot of things to do, and I didn't have time, but it will be time to look next week what will be my future.
Can you give us any kind of indication? Would you, if somebody said to you, come back to the WRC, Sebastian Loeb, would you come back full time?
No.
Okay. Would you come back for a limited program?
Maybe.
Okay. Any preference of team that you would come back with? Says it all. Could be interesting. 2 Sebs together. Whew, that would be some firepower. You're not going to answer anything? No. Okay. Talk to me, final question then. We've talked a lot about the championship battle, and it's been fantastic for us to watch and enjoy to see these guys really fight it out. How much have you been following it, Seb, this year? And how enjoyable has it been for you to watch?
Yeah, for sure. It's very exciting to see that it was a lot of time in the past that one driver was ahead the other one, like me or Seb. But now it's really a hard battle. It's really difficult to predict. It was really fast in the last rallies, a bit unlucky in the last one. But okay, everything stays open, and it's exciting to follow.
So you'll be watching the final stage then at Rally Australia if it goes down to the wire, yes?
If it's not in the middle of the night, yes.
I know you like your sleep. Okay. Are there any questions for our drivers? No? Really? Guys, good luck this again. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry guys, just to remind you, there is a photo